Almost forgot to include you, all like 5 of us or whatever there is. No, actually, I really appreciate all my new subscribers. Every time I see even one person subscribing that wasn't there the day before, I'm so appreciative of it. I get a big old grin, and sometimes it makes me happy all day, just knowing that it's building. I don't know what we're building, but we're doing something together. I know that. And then for all the haters in the back that are watching, there's probably most of my fans. That's how it always works. At least I'll rub off on you maybe a little bit, and you can start making better choices. That's the way I figure it. It's a beautiful day in Indiana. You hear birds chirping. Me and Blue slept like babies out here in the woods last night. It was awesome. Yep. It's gonna get cold soon. I want to saran wrap like my whole perimeter or something to keep it warm. I don't want the snow to come, but I figure that way too. When it snows, all the snow will slide down on that stuff, and it'll start like making like a little ice cave. Is what I think. I think it could happen like that. And plus, I got big piles of wood already, to like make a little something. It's already got a good base, like make like an igloo kind of. I think it would work, especially if like, well, it was snowed and you got some snow on there. If you sprayed it with some water or something to help pack it down, right before it's gonna get real cold or something. I think it would be like way better than shoveling and making blocks and big snowballs and like getting your hands all cold. I think it would work. How cool would that be? You'd be like in this glowing ball of like snow ice. I'm gonna try it. I don't know. You guys will know too. Right now we're not doing anything spectacular, but it is neat. So, we're not shooting for the stars or nothing. We're just, I don't know. I kind of want to stay on Earth personally. Would I go colonize Mars? Maybe. You know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of like the sunshine and the surface, if you will. It's getting all fucked up though. That's a fact. It's not fucked up yet though, because we could like do-dah it. One person could do-dah a little spot, and there's a lot of people. So I don't think there's as many people as they say there are. I think most of them are frauds and fakes. That's why you can't read them energetically. They're just kind of absent. Like there's a miss. That's why I don't like to go out during the day, and I sleep during the day usually. Not today though. Me and Blue slept up in there like little babies last night. I didn't even sleep on my air mattress. I slept next to it. He ended up on it by morning time. Even though he had a spot like that. He had a good spot. I ended up using his spot and he ended up on my spot. Yeah, that's a real pal. They're man's best friends. They didn't say nothing about being a chick's best friend, but I do love my dogs. And I don't have to have a man usually if I have a dog. I know that sounds terrible. I don't mean it like that, but I mean, my dog can't build anything for me, so I stay out here for 3 days, so failing my ass off, kind of, I feel like. And I got the expected result. It just takes me a little longer. I can't see because, like, the sun's here, and I ain't got no glasses on, so I don't know. Hey, guys, don't be a dickhead in my comments. Much love. I see later sometimes people are saying some bullshit, and I was like, what the hell, man? I just ignore it. I like to talk to people, though, and meet people. I can't see you right now, though. This is my motorcycle mechanic song. Second song, the first one I wrote, something like that. It's a real beautiful song for a motorcycle mechanic song, but I really love my motorcycle. So it never does break, but when it it does need maintenance and things. I love my mechanics. I was on Tinder once when I moved far away from my mechanic, and I needed one when I was in Austin. And I was on Tinder like literally like, I'll go out on a day, I'll do whatever if you're a motorcycle mechanic. I was like ready to just like throw myself out there. I will want to have a real good time with you if you can fix my motorcycle right now. I mean, that's bad. I ain't gonna lie. It never went through or nothing, you know, but I lost that motorcycle down in Texas because I couldn't get a masterly. But I'll never need the old belt that needs tightening. I got a drive shaft, people just laugh. Till I put 75, 90 right up good back in. To all the motorcycle mechanics that I've known, I'd love to stop for a hello, but I ride a Honda, I know she's slow. So she starts in the cold without even a choke, and that ain't no joke. Your bolts don't fit my metric holes, your nuts will just spin circles. The wrenches you got, they won't fit quite right. You can spin bolts all day and they'll never get tight. You're just a standard kind of guy, I guess that's okay. I'll just ride and go on my merry way. So I guess if you ever see me pushing my bike up the road, it's probably when somebody finally gives me a Harley Davidson, and I'll see her. Your bolts don't fit my metric holes, and your nuts just went circles. Your riches, they don't fit quite right. You can spin them all day, and the bolts will never get tight. But I ride a Honda, and I know she's slow, but she starts in the cold without even a choke. She ain't never broke. Black Betty just goes and goes and goes. And I always did admire loyalty and whoever was putting the footwork. Yes, so I might be easy if my motorcycle's broken and you happen to have the part. It's a rare occurrence when you ride. I'm just saying. I covered all bases here. All bases are covered. I can't even take the credit. It's all God, you know, and the ancestors and the tree spirits and all the cool people. Because I don't like the litter, so the tree spirits like me, you know. I'm just saying. Everything has like an energy to it. If it's got an energy to it, it's probably got an entity to it too. All you can do is rebuke the fucking janky evil ones, man. The demonic ones, the Luciferian ones. I rebuke that shit every day, all the time, man. As soon as my ear gates or my eye gates start fucking hearing or seeing shit I don't like, man, it goes away. Sometimes I go away. You gotta do that. But sometimes you gotta stand ground because you're taking territory back, so you can't flee every time, you know what I'm saying? They're supposed to be doing the fleeing, so don't forget that. You don't chase your demons. They're fucking jokes. You fucking rebuke them and put them in their place so you can have higher vibrational people coming in and assist you in the fucking unseen realm, you know? Mind blowing, I know. But what do you think the Holy Spirit is? Hello? It's the Alpha and the Omega, you know what I mean? I sparkle. I've been sparkly, so just beware. You know? I call it being glittery, you know? And I am gold, so. That's what I said. I've been all dirty though in the dirt, and now I'm just now getting wiped off, and I'm like, no, don't wipe me off no more. Then you can see me sparkling, you know. They would be like, oh shit, you know. They start acting all goofy and shit. It's fucking a headache, man. working on it. I can't write it. I don't know. I want to write another one too. I'm getting tired of the same old. I need to get another instrument. I always get like this time of year. I get worried about cabin fever and shit. It's never that big of a deal. It's just cold. You gotta ease into it though. Then you'll be fine. There's a lot to be said about that. You ride your motorcycle in the cold and like it's not that cold out when you're just standing around. You know? It ices your body down. It's really good for all the inflammation from all the poison that the government puts in our shit and all the bullshit that's going on. We have a lot of inflammation in our bodies. It's really bad now. Certain doses, like you'll get certain foods you'll eat, and it's just like it was really dosed with it. And you'll wake up feeling like shit, and you think it was a margarita, and it probably wasn't. It was probably the food, you know. The drinkers know that, you know. They just think they're drunk and they don't know what they're talking about. They didn't eat. They were just drinking, you know. Fasting, if you will. Hey, Red Bull is a meal supplement. I'm just saying. It's got a shit ton of B vitamins in it, so maybe it's keeping me alive because sometimes I was playing it real bluesy the other night. I was like, ooh, that sounds like the blues, you know? Because I would sing the blues better because I can't, to be honest, like, no matter how much you pray for it, you're not going to get a better singing voice. Like, I don't know. Practice would help, but I feel stupid when I do the stupid exercises and stuff on the apps, you know? Like, you do it once here, and you know what I mean. Like, la, 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 la. I get 1 out of 20, but the more I did it, I only did it like twice, but I did it for about an hour each time, you know. But like the more times I did it, the better I was getting, the better scores I was getting. So it was working, and I just didn't do it anyway because I felt stupid. But I don't know. Maybe I could do it out here in the woods, and I'd have the birds helping me out or something, you know. They will tweet back at you. I'm just saying. I'm an avid bird watcher. I like binoculars and things like that. They're neat. I don't use them for anything but watching birds and stuff. I use them to see my path up ahead when I'm on my motorcycle and I'm like in really rural areas to make sure that it's not like the road's gonna end, and if it's real narrow or something where I know I can't turn my bike around, or you know, it's helpful for shit like that. When you're navigating the woods and things like that, just to see up ahead before you walk that quarter of a mile or a half a mile. It always looks closer, you know. A half a mile later or something, you're like, oh, that wasn't just right there, was it? It saves you that, you know. That's about it. The sun's called Tyranny. song would be a jam with a whole band, you know? It's got a real build up to it. I get lazy when I play it though sometimes, and I don't really play it like I should. You know, there ain't nobody watching usually. I mean, you guys watch, but like, I don't know. I feel like people get tired of hearing the same thing. It's me getting tired of it. That's why I need to write a new song. I get tired of playing the same shit. I got to write a new song, and then I play the fuck out of it, and then I remember it. You know, that's all I play is my own music. So I get tired of my own shit. I got like 20 songs because of it. You know, but like, even if it was just one or two songs. If I could pick one song that I wanted to do, it would be this one right here. It's the first song I ever wrote. It would be the one I would want. It's not the one that I think would make me any money or that I would even sell. But interestingly enough, you know, because it's a special song to me. So, like, I would make money off of it so my kids could have the royalties because it's like that. But, like, you know, I like passive income. Royalties are good. That's the only income I'm really interested in. If you don't know about passive income, go look it up. It's really cool. You don't have to work every day, and like, you know, you can play your guitar more. Just saying. Creative minds do creative things. And sometimes you gotta let the mystery be, brother. Okay, yeah, so anyway, the song's called Forget Me Not. This is a song I would love to hear a whole band do. Although, like I said, I got some really cool songs, but I think that the drummer should be able to do the drummer's part. Like, I don't know what it's going to sound like. I can't really complete it. Even with the apps, I mean, I could, but like, that's raping somebody of that opportunity to write original music and profit off of something good, you know? I know there's musicians out there. I need to find some Christian musicians or something that appreciate the originality to it. Then it would be our song, you know? We would create it together and it would be a beautiful thing. I don't know, people get intimidated. Intimidatory. That should be a word. Intimidatory. I don't know how to say it yet, but like I could see it in my mind, and it's like it's a word. You know, like in the process of being like that, authoritative sort of. Authoritative sounds too much like informative, and I'm not sure about that word. You know what I mean? I like information. Don't get me wrong. The info, the 411. You know. But informative just sounds so federal operation or something. Just like authoritative. Interesting. Okay, yeah, anyway, this is Forget Me. I forgot what I was doing. I gotta remember the melody now. The first song I ever wrote, I played it the most. I forget the melody, so I play it different sometimes, you know? You do that when it's your own song. I'm a forget me. I don't know if you know me or not. I blew in flowers in December, which was right there. The others, they could not. Gray and purple's all they got. When the cold sets in, it doesn't end. Springtime comes and it lets me. And I just wanna know, to the seedlings that I've sown, planted so neatly right in a row. Did you make it? Did you grow? Maybe in a pot or in a row, or a farmer's grassy flowering meadow. Was your life cut short with a fancy dress called a bow in a fancy bar somewhere? Will forget me nots, I don't know if you can. To the seedlings that I've sown, and it's so easy right in the room. So I wonder if you look like me, with your boots washed out underneath your feet, tied up around your waist, just so you can keep that damn old face. We don't forget me nots, and it don't matter if you know it or not. I bet your ass you blue with flowers when the others cannot remember who and forgot. Did you make it? Did you grow? Was your life good show? Then you caught up in a fancy bar somewhere. This started without any care. Did you make it? Did you go to the ceilings that have some? This is God's song. I call it divine. I don't really have any lyrics for it yet, so we may never have any. I like smacking my guitar. Some people find it annoying, I think, but I think it's kind of cool. I need a bass. Like, do it. Yeah. Yeah, I need to write a new song. Just tired of practicing stuff. I was messing around. I don't know. There's a song somewhere in here, and I can't quite find it. You know what I mean? I don't know. You either do or you don't. The woes of a songwriter. There's part of it. I like that. And I like. Wait. No. There it is. sit here and speculate with my guitar all day long. Usually when I write a song, it comes right to me and it never changes. You know, I get better at playing it maybe and play it different ways, but you just gotta make noise on your instrument and you'll come up with it. I found all the 2-finger chords naturally, and now I play a couple 3-finger chords. My hands are weird, so I didn't want to put my pressure, you know, trying to hold my fingers in the right place and fucking it up. It causes so much pressure on yourself. Just you'll get it naturally as you practice your guitar. I played my guitar every time I seen it. It was my rule. That's why I had to carry it on my motorcycle, which is a pain in the ass. You know, and it's evolved into like a whole invention that, you know, that's how you make $1 million. Because you invent out of necessity. So you should push your limits. You should try to do things for the first time, and you might fail a bunch of times before you get it right. But if it's a necessity, you've got to do it. You're gonna fuck it up a whole bunch of times along the way. Like, you know, you invent out of necessity because you can't keep fucking it up. You know. Yeah, that's why people invent lies. Even like it's really strange, but that's like a shadow aspect of that. You know what I mean? Just saying. I need something to drink. I gotta walk up to the house and up the stairs. It's actually quite a long walk. It takes me about 5 minutes altogether, I think, to do it. I don't know. We should time it. It feels like forever. It's gonna make my ass tight though, going up and down the stairs, because as much as I forget things, I'll be like, oh yeah, this, and then I get down there and I get way out here and I'm like, oh no, I forgot that. And then I get distracted. I go that way again. You know what I mean? Like it's a million times a day. I probably spend 3 hours a day looking, going back and forth. It's not that I'm looking. I know that I forgot it and I know where it's at. I just gotta go get it again. As soon as I get there, I'll be like, fuck. You know, the thing I went for usually is the thing I forget again. You know what I mean? Fucking bullshit. The fucking FedEx is here. You gotta be internet shopping these days here in these parts. Walmart delivers out in these areas too, man. Watch out. Possibilities are endless. I still can't get internet at this address. Even though they send us flyers. Oh, no internet there at that address. Sorry. It's like, huh. The neighbors have it all around. Like, what's going on there? Like, I tried 12 companies. Yeah, that's what I say too about it. I got the whole laughing horses back there. There's a jackass back there too. He haw me, you know. I'll play their song. That's right. I haven't played this song in a long time. I wrote this song for the horses and the deer. I wanted to write them a song, but it's kind of turned into something else. But it works. I gotta remember that. I gotta play it for a second. Great song, though. That's it. Move over horses with your sideways glances and your U-turn shoes. To the right, you got the black sheep. To the left, where there's me and you. So I jumped right in your canoe. Who would have guessed? It's stuck like me to you. My biggest fans were petting zoo, horses and chickens, goats and snapping turtles too. Now it's the paparazzi and the men, a stalker too, and probably the whole thing. And there's you and me. I know they say they're best friends, but they didn't know that he couldn't swim, but I did. So I jumped right in your canoe. Mr. Horse, you'll be turning blue. I'd be stuck like you. What are you sticking me to? What I want to know. Move over, dears. I know you're in the vision. What do I got to say? You should have took me fishing. Something like that. But you didn't. Always in coming in hot on them roads. Now you're doing circles instead of turns and then shoes. Coming in hot on them roads. You can't take me out without taking you to the against and so pull the horses with your sideways glances and you turn to the right, you got the black sheep. Yeah, I wrote that for the horses. They'd be out there stomping when I quit playing my guitar at night. You don't hear them. It's pretty, pasture land, so it's like quiet. But then they'll be right there on the fence line. All of them will be listening to me play my guitar. And when I stop, they'll stomp their feet and like hoof at me, Hoof, hoof, We got like apple trees over here and stuff, though. I just, you know, buy them off, I guess. No, they really like the guitar, though. So do deers. I go to the preserve. It's like got a big platform where you can look out with big binoculars, way out. And you can watch them coming in. I'll see them in the tree line, and this way far out there. Like way far. I don't know how far, but probably a mile, or half a mile. And then they'll start coming in, and sometimes they'll go all the way up to the edge of the balcony and be looking up, out of all that land. It's all preserved land around there. Miles and miles and miles of it, you know what I mean? I think they can hear the vibration coming off the wood or something. Surely they can't hear it in the air that far away, up that high even, I don't know. That's how the snapping turtles. I looked down, there's a million of them. And I almost jumped in that water, and I thought, I am so glad I didn't. I knew they were snapping turtles. You see all their head spots poked up right underneath my balcony. I was like, what is going on? There was 150 of them, at least. I swear to God. It's crazy. I don't like snapping turtles, but they're cool like that. You know what I mean? But I'm glad I didn't jump in that water. I thought about it. I was like, ooh, there's an escape route at least. Like I would need it. You know what I mean? Are they going to catch me smoking in the room or something? At worst, not why would I do that when I got a balcony right there? I hate that shit, man. Like, man. It's hard to find a place to exist sometimes, man. When you're traveling and stuff, you can't have a place to exist all along the way. That's why people should travel, and it keeps their mind open to the law of hospitality, which used to be important, and it's not anymore. It's coming back, though, with Airbnb type shit, That's what people used to do during hard times, is they rented out their life. They rented out their space in their house, So people would have a place to exist along the way. They're so closed up, and all these big houses, but there's this huge homeless problem. Like, hello, what the fuck is going on? Like, people need to rebuke and cancel and dismiss all that janky shit they got agreed up to. All their fake fucking control and their fake shit that they got. At the end of the day, the fake could come to it. Fuck that, man. It's like on loan. Man. That's why they don't smoke in anything. Like, they don't actually use anything because they got to give it back. Like, it's just to look like that. I wouldn't even want to be the worker there. Even if you paid me money, I wouldn't take that job. Like, that'd be a terrible fucking job. Screw that. Then you will never get no help because everybody think you got everything. You know what I mean? Like, hell no, I'm going to go barefoot before I wear a shit pair of boots that has the sole flopping or something. Might as well just take them off, then people will realize you need a pair of boots, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, seriously. That floppy hole, then you're going to get into a wreck or something because you got your shit flopped up. You gotta fucking put your brake on or something, and it gets in the way, and you get fucking run into a car or something, and then you're like, oh, my boot is broken. They're like, why didn't you say nothing? You know what I mean? Like, you can go around with that. Just take them shit off. You're like, obviously, I need a pair of boots. I said that when I said I had a floppy sole, but like, you know what I mean? You could take that and relate that with everything, though. People aren't mind readers. You know what I mean? You got to be obvious about shit sometimes. It's always that thing that it gets attacked that's your purpose or your sweet spot. So if you're hitting a nerve in them, it's because it's the sweet spot. And it's our job to manifest demons so others can see the evil in them, so they can start getting serious and get into prayer mode or whatever. I used to say get to go to church, but churches are evil now. I don't like churches. The church is you and your body, your temple, your fellowship. When you do kind things, and that's tithing. That's the church. You should do that anyway. Like they said, the law of hospitality and everything is very important. That's such an important thing. It used to be sacred, sacred, God sent angels down, and they were two men walking, and Babylonians, I think it was, they were so fucked up and sexually crude they were trying to rape these men that came in. They wanted everything. They wanted a piece of everything that came in and came out. Like the king of Braveheart, you know what I mean? Where he wanted to screw the brides before the man got to consummate the marriage. That guy was doing it. So he would be the king, you know, the king would have all these babies everywhere. Like, it was just sick shit, you know? It's all about desecration and power and control and domination. You know, it's really evil. But, like, I forgot where I was going with that, but all right. So he sent his 2 angels to the city, and they went to this guy's house. He had 2 daughters, and like the mob was trying to fucking, like, not the mob that we know, like a mob of people. The whole place was chasing their asses. Like, they wanted to rape them. They were trying to rape them and have a piece of them. And these people let him in the house, and they barricaded him. And the guy, like, negotiated with the mob and said, "Take my daughters," and gave his 2 daughters up to them and said, "Please take them." They wanted these guys. They were angels in disguise. Nobody knew they were angels, not even the person taking them in. But he's like, "Please," and he threw out the law of hospitality on them and saved them. And that's why when God's like, "All right, I tried to save," you know, like, this place is terrible. Like, they were trying to get your ass the whole time. I'm blowing it. It's gone. He's like, "No, please spare this family." They extended the law of hospitality to me and saved us. You know what I mean? And so they did. They told them, they said, "Hey, wife, husband, 2 daughters, you got to pack up. You got to go now, and do not look back. If you look back, you will become a pillar of salt," or whatever. That's what happened to the lady. The mom looked back, so it ended up being the dude and his 2 daughters in a cave, and they thought they were the only ones alive. I mean, I can go on with that story, but I'm not going to. But the whole point was, he blew up there. That whole city was annihilated because of their fucking sexually immoral ways. And that's how it was for real. And there were 2 dudes walking through there. The whole town was trying to fucking get in his ass. Like, come on, dude. You know, I ain't got nothing against sexuality or whatever, but, like, there's a limit. You know what I mean? There's always exceptions to the rule, I reckon, but, and if it's a rule, then that means it's already a problem to make the rule, usually. Because otherwise, when you make that rule, you're going to make people do it. If you don't say anything about eating out that tree out of all the whole garden, like, it probably wouldn't have happened. But since they said, "Oh," and they brought all that emphasis to it, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Just ignore it. Act like it's not there. And if you can't ignore it and you can't, like, not go to it, then go around it a whole lot too. So you can't tell where you're going, you know, when you look at your mirror, you know, you can't tell. You just got to go everywhere all the time, you know. Not, you know, that way when you go there, and then, but if you go everywhere too all at the same time, like, you don't have to do it at the same time even, but, you know, just have a whole lot. Then you can't tell, you know, if you got if you got more than like 3 or 4 or 5 prints of animal prints, like, that's a lot. You're not going to be able to distinguish really much more than that, how many there were. You would know that there's a lot, or one was looking around a whole lot in that area. You know, it's kind of hard to tell. You know, a whole lot of looking went on there, maybe. Or perimeter check, you know. That's totally acceptable and normal. I do perimeter checks everywhere I'm at, almost. At least once a day. I like to walk around. I don't really consider them a perimeter check, but that's what I'm doing. You know, I stay in my bounds, you know. That's what I'm doing, though. It could turn into that very easily. I'm for hire. Yep. Perimeter's still there. That's good to me. So you see dinosaurs along the way, all kinds of crazy shit. That's what the report would say every day. Yep, perimeter is still in check. Yep, it's there. I just walked in. On the line, even. Never crossing over that line. You can jump on it all you want. You can't get nothing about it. They try to set you up, Blacko. When I catch out, find out who they are, man. We got a couple fucking, we got a couple of the fences coming in. like, why you oughta? And they'll probably bend me over and call me a naughty girl too. I'm a very naughty girl. I mean, I'm a very dirty girl. I like the dirt. Well, dirt never hurt, they say. This song's called Bubbles. Well, I reckon I got some fortin to do here. I gotta make a drink. I gotta get something to drink. Fortin. Let me get progress here. Record some progress. I think it's the 17th of October today. I don't know when did I start this fort? I don't remember now. I want to say it was April or May. Might have been sooner than that. Might have been like February. I usually do start them in the winter. I get cabin fever, you know. So I don't know. That's the outside back part of it. This was like going to be the end of the fort, and so I decided to bring the tent inside here, where it couldn't be seen from the road when I'm out here fucking around. It's like a glowing halo coming from the big wilderness. I'm going to fix that, though, I think, when I TP it in with some saran wrap here. You know, just this little area right here, I'm thinking. And then I could camouflage that on the sides if I wanted to. I want to leave the top open. That's why I put my tent right here. It's actually an open spot in the woods, pretty much. The only one. The rest of it, I got to get up there with the ladder. But what's not weaved in already naturally, like, it's actually pretty hard to get anything in here. But with that saran wrap being on it, I think it'll make a cool igloo, because the snow would slide down the sides of it and it would freeze. It would work for this year anyway. I got a bunch of tin roof stuff too. You know, I don't know. I could use it to actually just hold everything in place while I build something. You know what I mean? I'd have a big saran wrap shelf there. That'd be convenient to hold everything up while I'm nailing it. Maybe. Possibly. So yeah, I don't know. It's really cool out here though. And then, like I said, there's a very entrance. That's a room right there. That's a wall off there. My tree that started leaning on me. It's a main tree too. I'm worried about it. So I think I'll just ratchet strap it with some counter resistance and kind of put it back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that'll do. I've done that before, but not for this reason. Just to make them like grow up and around. You could totally do that while they're still growing. If you want it to grow up and around your house, so it's not like, yeah, scraping your shingles or something. You don't always have to cut down trees. And if you have shade in your house, it actually cuts your bills down by about 80%, they say. I mean, like something that was affecting you 100% would only affect you 85%. I mean, so it's kind of a lot, I think. I don't know. 15% cooler. I'd take it when you're hot, right? Or cold. Anyway, the angel of authenticity reminding you to get real and stay that way. I'll see you next time.